Stop right there, because if you're receiving Social Security, SSI, or SSDI benefits, what you're about to hear could directly impact your monthly income and possibly increase the amount you receive. Right now, a new bill has just been proposed that could lead to higher Social Security checks for thousands and possibly even millions of Americans. But here's the problem. Most people have no idea what this bill actually means, who it applies to, or whether they could benefit from it. Because over the past few years, many seniors have felt the same frustration. You see your Social Security check go up slightly with a COLA increase, but at the same time, your expenses rise even faster. Medicare premiums go up, groceries cost more, gas prices increase, and suddenly, that increase doesn't feel like an increase at all. In fact, for many people, it feels like they're falling further behind every single month. And that's exactly why this new proposal is getting so much attention right now. Lawmakers are starting to acknowledge what millions of retirees have been saying for years, that the current system is not keeping up with the real cost of living. So now, there's a push to change certain rules in a way that could allow some people to keep more of their benefits, and in some cases, actually receive higher monthly payments. But before you get too excited, there's something very important you need to understand. This is still a proposal. It has been introduced, it's being discussed, but it has not been fully approved yet, and that means not everyone will benefit, at least not right away. So the real question is, where do you stand in all of this? In this video, we're going to break everything down step by step. What this new bill actually says, who could qualify for higher payments, how it could affect your Social Security income, and what you should be watching closely as this develops. Because one thing is certain, changes are coming, and the more you understand them now, the better prepared you'll be to take advantage of them. So now that you understand why this proposal is getting so much attention, the next step is to break down exactly what this new bill is trying to change, because this is where things start to become very important for anyone receiving SSI benefits. Right now, under the current system, there's a rule that has been affecting people for decades, and most beneficiaries don't even realize how much it has been reducing their monthly income. This rule is known as in-kind support and maintenance, and it essentially means that if you receive help from someone else, whether that's food, housing, or basic living support, your SSI benefits can be reduced. Now think about that for a second. Imagine you're already living on a limited income, trying to make ends meet, and a family member helps you by letting you stay in their home or by providing meals. Instead of that support helping you move forward, the system actually reduces your benefits because of it. And this is exactly what many lawmakers are now calling unfair, because instead of encouraging support systems, it ends up punishing people who rely on them. And that's where this new bill comes into the picture. The goal of this proposal is to eliminate or significantly change how in-kind support is treated when calculating SSI benefits. In simple terms, if this bill moves forward and becomes law, it could allow beneficiaries to receive help from friends or family without automatically losing part of their monthly check. And for many people, that could make a real difference in their financial stability. But here's where you need to pay very close attention. This does not mean that everyone will suddenly receive a large increase in their benefits. The impact depends entirely on your situation. If you are someone who currently receives assistance, whether it's housing, food, or other basic support, then yes, this change could potentially allow you to keep more of your benefits. But if you are not affected by this rule, then the impact may be limited or even non-existent for you. And this is exactly why understanding the details matters. Because when people hear phrases like increase in Social Security checks, they often assume that everyone will receive more money. But in reality, these types of changes are usually targeted. They are designed to fix specific issues within the system, not to create universal increases for all beneficiaries. Now let's talk about why this is happening right now. Over the past few years, there has been growing concern about the gap between Social Security benefits and the actual cost of living. Many retirees and individuals on fixed incomes have been feeling the pressure as prices continue to rise. Even with annual COLA increases, many people say that their purchasing power has not improved. In fact, in some cases, it feels like it has gotten worse. And that frustration has led to increased pressure on lawmakers to take action. We've already seen some changes in the past, including adjustments that resulted in higher payments for certain groups of workers. Those changes showed that it is possible for the system to be modified in a way that benefits recipients. And now, this new proposal is part of that ongoing effort to address the issues that people have been facing. But there is also another side to this discussion that cannot be ignored. Social Security is already facing long-term financial challenges. The trust fund that supports these benefits is under pressure, and there are ongoing concerns about how long it can sustain current payment levels without additional reforms. So every time a proposal is introduced that could increase benefits or reduce restrictions, there is also a conversation about how it will be funded. And this is where things can become complicated, because while many people support the idea of allowing beneficiaries to keep more of their income, others are concerned about the long-term impact on the system. If more money is being paid out without additional funding sources, it could accelerate the financial strain on Social Security. And that's why proposals like this often face a long and uncertain path before they become law. Now let's bring this back to something practical. What does this mean for you right now? The first thing to understand is that this bill has been introduced, but it has not yet been fully approved. That means no immediate changes have taken effect. Your current benefits remain the same for now. However, this is something you should be watching closely, because if the bill moves forward, it could create new opportunities for certain beneficiaries. The second thing is awareness. If you are receiving SSI and you currently rely on support from family or friends, this is especially important for you, because this is exactly the type of situation that this bill is targeting. Understanding how your benefits are currently calculated will help you determine whether this change could affect you in the future. The third thing is staying informed. Because as this proposal moves through the legislative process, there may be updates, changes, or adjustments to the original plan. And the people who benefit the most from these changes are usually the ones who are paying attention early, not the ones who hear about it after everything has already been decided. And finally, it's important to manage expectations. While this proposal has the potential to improve the situation for many beneficiaries, it is not a guaranteed outcome. There are still steps that need to be completed before anything becomes official. And until that happens, it's best to focus on what you can control, understanding your current benefits, keeping your information up to date, and being prepared for possible changes. Because at the end of the day, Social Security is constantly evolving. Rules change, policies are updated, and new proposals are introduced. And the people who benefit the most from this system are the ones who take the time to understand it.